Welcome to our podcast, where today we're simulating a realistic airport scenario. Raj, you've just landed after a long journey. Can you tell us what happened as soon as you arrived?
Certainly. After a tiring flight from Dubai, I went directly to baggage claim, but my suitcase was nowhere to be found. I waited as each bag circled the carousel, but mine never appeared. It was really unsettling, especially after such a long layover.
That must have been stressful. Did you notice any announcements regarding lost luggage or your flight status at the gate?
No, unfortunately, no announcement was made at the gate about any baggage issues. In fact, the only information provided was about our delayed arrival, which was already 5 hours behind schedule.
Let's pause and explore some essential travel terms. Raj, you mentioned baggage claim and layover. Can you clarify these for our listeners?
Of course. Baggage claim is the area where arriving passengers pick up their checked luggage. A layover refers to a connecting stop between flights where travelers wait before boarding another plane.
Great explanations. What about boarding pass and gate number? How do these terms fit into your travel experience?
A boarding pass is the document needed to board the plane, showing your seat and flight details. The gate number tells you exactly where to go in the airport to board your flight, which is crucial during tight connections or gate changes.
Let's move into the heart of today's episode, making polite complaints. Raj, how did you approach the customer service desk after realizing your luggage was missing?
I approached calmly and said, "I'm afraid there's been a problem. My luggage hasn't arrived yet." I also added, "Could you please help me with this?" This polite language helps maintain a cooperative tone, even when frustrated.
That's a professional approach. Why is it important to use phrases like, "I understand it's not your fault, but," in these situations?
Such phrases show empathy and acknowledge the agent isn't personally responsible, which can encourage better assistance. It prevents escalation and keeps the conversation constructive.
Many English learners struggle with passive voice, especially in complaints. Could you share some examples from your interaction, Raj?
Certainly. I used sentences like, "My luggage was lost," and "No announcement was made at the gate." The passive voice focuses on the problem, not who caused it, which sounds more formal and less accusatory.
That's interesting. Would you say the passive voice helps diffuse tension in customer service scenarios?
Absolutely. It's less confrontational. For example, "A meal was not provided on board" is less direct than "You didn't give me a meal," making it easier for agents to respond constructively.
Now, let's discuss what happens when an apology isn't enough. Raj, at what point did you mention compensation, and how did you phrase your request?
Once my luggage was confirmed missing and my connecting flight had been missed, I said, "I was really expecting better service. Is there anything that can be done? Am I entitled to compensation for the delay and lost bag?"
That's assertive yet polite. What types of compensation are typically offered by airlines in such cases?
Compensation can include meal vouchers, reimbursement for essentials, or even a partial refund. Airlines may also provide travel insurance forms or a reference number to help track the lost baggage.
Let's transition to practical solutions. How does travel insurance play a role when baggage is lost or a flight is delayed?
Travel insurance can cover costs for essentials purchased due to lost luggage or missed connections. For example, if your suitcase with medication and clothes was lost, receipts for replacement items can be submitted for reimbursement.
Is it common for airlines to coordinate with insurance companies directly, or must passengers handle claims themselves?
Usually, the passenger files the claim, but airlines provide necessary documentation like a baggage tag number and a lost property report, which are essential for a successful insurance claim.
It's easy to become upset in these situations. Raj, how did you manage your emotions during the complaint process?
I focused on remaining calm and using formal language, like, "I'd appreciate it if you could look into this quickly." Research shows that polite, clear communication increases the likelihood of a positive resolution.
Do airport staff receive training to handle emotional customers, and does politeness affect outcomes?
Yes, staff are trained to de-escalate conflicts. A 2022 airline study found complaints phrased politely were resolved 30% faster than aggressive ones, highlighting the power of professional language.
For our listeners, let's walk through a sample roleplay. Raj, imagine your flight was canceled without prior notice and you missed an important event. How would you start the conversation?
I'd say, I was supposed to arrive at 9 a.m., but my flight was cancelled without warning. I missed a crucial meeting. Could you please help me find an alternative flight? Notice the use of passive voice and polite requests.
Excellent demonstration. How would you politely request further assistance if the agent's initial response wasn't helpful?
I might add, is there anyone else I could speak to about this matter? I'd appreciate any extra help you could provide, as this situation has caused considerable difficulty.
Let's invite our listeners to reflect. Have you ever experienced a similar travel setback? How did you handle it? And what language strategies worked best?
Reflecting on past experiences can help you prepare for future ones. Try noting which passive structures or polite phrases felt most natural. For instance, no update was given is both clear and indirect.
Why do you think politeness and passive voice are especially valued in English-speaking customer service?
They prevent blame and foster collaboration. In English, indirectness is seen as respectful, which helps maintain good relations even in stressful situations like travel disruptions.
To wrap up, let's suggest practice activities. What exercises can learners use to build confidence with these skills?
One activity is to role-play a delayed flight scenario, using at least 3 passive voice sentences and 3 polite complaints. Another is to listen to authentic dialogues and identify passive constructions.
How about writing practice?
Learners can write an email to an airline about lost luggage, requesting compensation. This helps reinforce travel vocabulary, complaint structures, and formal tone, all crucial for effective communication.